Pepsi or Coke, iPhone or Android, a book or a movie. Every day we make countless decisions, some of which seem automatic. Others require much more thought and deliberation. But all of them happen inside a very complex system of experience, biology, and environment. What feels like freedom is often the product of factors that we ourselves didn't choose. And today, I'm going to show you what we call free will is just an illusion. Understanding how much control that we don't have can reshape how we judge others, judge ourselves, forgive others, forgive ourselves, and define what freedom actually means. I've studied neuroscience, epigenetics, relativity, and even philosophy, drawing from books and peer-reviewed articles and other recent research, just to better understand what science really says about our human decision-making process. First, I'll start with determinism and how our past directly shapes our future. Then I'll explore relativity and how time itself challenges the very concept of free will. And finally, I'll unpack biology and society, the hidden limits behind every decision that you've ever made. Hard determinism says that all actions are caused by prior events, not influenced, actually caused. Every decision that we've ever made is shaped by our genetics, our brain chemistry, our trauma, our habits, and our environment. In 2023, Hyde Helfrich says, our behavior is based on brain functions shaped by genetics and environment. The experience of free will is just an illusion. If decisions are shaped this way, we're not choosing in the way we think. If everything we do is caused by the past, that's already a challenge to freedom. But the structure of time itself offers a deeper, much stranger problem. A problem in which our future is already set in stone. In physics, time isn't flowing like a river. Time is a fixed dimension, similar to height or width or length. The past, the present, and the future already exist. This is called the block universe model. We aren't moving through time, we're suspended in it. In 2022, Zara and Ava state, if a body reaches infinite speed, time becomes zero, timeless. The past, present, and future exist simultaneously for that object. If the future is already there, already formed, it isn't something that we ourselves create. It's something already written that we haven't got to that page yet. So time may not unfold in the way we experience it, sure. But even inside the present moment, biology and society shape our behavior in ways that we rarely even notice or question. Epigenetics shows us that our environment can literally switch genes in our DNA on and off. And those effects are passed on to the next generation, to our children. Culture, trauma, parenting, they'll shape not just our actions, but our preferences, impulses, and fears. Then add in societal forces such as class, race, gender, laws, expectations, wealth. Two children born in the same world, but it feels like it's a different world. A world where this child has to go through labor and other things to provide for his family, whereas the other one may not have those decisions that they have to make. It's not because they're not necessarily free, but all of their possibilities for their futures are preloaded. In 2007, Gilberto Gomez states, free will is an illusion. What a person does is determined by the brain, which is shaped by prior internal and external events. Once you can see how the past, present, future, other time and biology, and even culture steer your every move, the idea of free will doesn't vanish, it just transforms into something a bit more honest. So we went over determinism, relativity, and biology and society, and all of which points to the conclusion that We don't have free will in the sense that everyone believes we do. I used to think that one day I'd finally feel in control. Maybe after my childhood, maybe after the military, after surviving systems where every step was decided for me. I believed that freedom was waiting around the next corner. Then, one day at work, doing some repetitive welding, I was listening to a podcast that was talking about epigenetics, how our environment can rewrite our genes and switch things on and off in our DNA. Talked about neurochemistry, how our brain actually fires the decisions via chemicals before we are even aware of the decisions being made. Something in me stopped. My hands kept moving and I kept welding, but my brain froze. Every choice that I'd ever believed I had made, every fork in the road, suddenly just looked like another domino. Falling because of trauma, my brain wiring, timing, and other training. Not because I had ever chose to be the person I was, but instead of feeling broken, I felt like I had actually seen myself for once. It made sense why I'd always felt out of control. It was because I was. I realized we aren't steering the ship. We are the ship, pushed by winds, waves, and weather that we didn't summon. But knowing these forces doesn't mean surrender. It means just have to learn to sail better. Robert Sapolsky, a neuroscientist and very good author of a book called Determined, he said, "We are biological machines programmed by evolution to believe we are more than that.